Hi guys, this is Tim from 313. Today, well actually the other day, I ripped open a 2019 holiday box right here and I picked up one of these Series 2 today, and we're going to rip into this one. I had some problems with my connection the other night, so during this one, so I had to pretty much get rid of it, and so I just want to kind of show you what I pulled out of the box. And then also kind of update you on what I pulled out of some more recent cards I picked up. But I pulled out this Max Scherzer SP. I believe it's the middle tier, and then an Arenado SP. I think tier 1. I pulled out a Clint Frazier rookie from 2018 Series 1, which was nice. These I just pulled out the other day, just to have a possible grading, but I don't think I'm going to have them graded. But anyways, here were some others that I pulled up. These are obviously 2018, who did the 83 style. An Alex Verdugo. And then I pulled a Garrett Hampson from the 2019. And then from the holiday box, we got Vladdy Guerrero, which was nice. I'm glad to pull that. And Eloy Jimenez also. And then this was from the, I believe, either the update set or something I had the other day. Yes, the update set. Pulled a Nick Senzel. Pulled 3 Keston Hiuras, which was nice. 3 Nate Lyles. An Alex Bregman. A Mike Trout All-Star. Another Mike Trout from the 2018. A Pete Alonso All-Star card, rookie card. Fernando Tatis rookie debut, which was pretty cool. I'm glad to get that. And a bunch of these Austin Rileys. I'm going to keep an eye on him for next year. I think this kid's got some potential. I'd like to look at his stats a little bit closer, but none of these cards. That's what I don't really care about, these not having their stats. But as you can see, last year, he 19 home runs. This is minor league stats, but he does have power, and he hits kind of for average. You know, if he can hit like 270 in the majors and blast about 25 homers and just stay steady, he might be somebody to keep an eye on, put away. But I pulled a gold Zach Plesac. As you can see here, that's his minor league record. He is a starting pitcher. This is numbered to 1377 out of 2019. And then I pulled all 4 versions of the Vlad Guerrero out of the update, which I thought was most excellent. And I pulled this Roberto Clemente 62 card, which I thought was absolutely cool. I've seen somebody else get it in a rip that they did, and I thought, wow, I hope I get one of those, because I just really like the 62 cards. And then a blue Ted Williams 84 style, which is absolutely beautiful. And I think that's possible. I mean, I'm gonna make a video on going through some cards on what you think I should possibly send in to get graded to PSA. I mean, it's quite expensive now. I mean, it's almost 30 bucks a card to get graded, so you better make sure you got a really good card. And I do have a lot of vintage cards that I need to have sent in, but you know, it's hard to say, you know, especially with older cards, what they're going to grade out at. I mean, if they've just been sitting around in a box for years and not messed with any, then, and the corners are all sharp and there's hardly any wear on it, and the centering is good, yeah, it's worth sending in, I think, even if it comes back a 8 or a 9. But you are looking for those Gem 10 mints, but you know, I'm really not in it for the money. I just really enjoy opening the cards, and like the older cards especially. I do like collecting rookie cards and Tigers cards. But let's take a look at what we got out of Series 2. And Michael Soroka, Future Stars card. A Greg Garcia. I don't know what's it look like in here, if we got anything special. It looks kind of thin, but you never know. I have not pulled any autos this year, so keep the streak alive. Maybe I'll get stumped again, right? So there's Caleb Ferguson, Lonnie Chisenhall, Miles Straw, Justin Smoke. Do a flip. Got a Kyle Wright. I mean, there's a whole lot of rookies, and you never know who's going to pan out. And here's a Trevor Richards. I mean, it's good to hang on to them for a good couple years to see how they do. There's Ian Kinsler. I'm just going to keep rolling while I'm talking here. Kurt Suzuki. Brasino. You know, you never know who's going to pan out. Other than the obvious, you know. You got Vladdy Guerrero and Tatis Jr. and Acuna Jr., guys like that who are, you know, absolutely doing fine in the majors. So, I mean, you got the guys like that that are for sure. I'm losing my... Come on, focus now. Let's see what's going on here. There we go. Castillo, another rookie. John Gant. I mean, it's hard to say who's really going to just come out. I mean, sometimes it takes 2 or 3 years, and then all of a sudden everybody's digging back in their boxes to find that hot rookie that was overlooked back in the day, who just belted 50 home runs and batted 340, you know? So, I mean, a good, like, kind of way to look at it is just by looking at stats from the season before and just seeing how many games they played and how they did. I mean, because a lot of them didn't have full seasons, and it just depends. Usually the next season for sure will tell. But there's a Future Stars Ozzie Albies. Jeff Bagwell, greatest player. Now we're getting into our... There's a Zach Wheeler. George Brett, franchise feats. Randy Johnson. And what do we got here? We got a home run challenge Chris Davis card. And there's my Jose Brasino RC 84 style. And a Bryce Harper right after that. So nothing major, no autos, no nothing like that. Starlin Castro. Ronnie Rodriguez. Now here's a rookie right here I know from watching him all season. The guy he's got power, but he's just very impatient at the plate. And his fielding is atrocious. So I really don't see him really panning out to be anything major. Now Kristen Stewart, on the other hand, for Detroit, I think he's got a lot of potential, as well as Dawel Lugo. So, I mean, those guys are sleepers right now. Of course, the Detroit Tigers did not have a really good team at all to play around them this year, but, you know, it's hard to tell with some of those guys. And hopefully they can start pulling some good seasons together, especially our pitching. There's one right there, Buck Farmer, who didn't do too bad when he was paired up with Daniel Norris and them. But there's Zach Greinke. I mean, the Tigers are not in a position to start going after free agency yet, and it's a slow process. And I don't think they could entice anybody over there unless it's a lot of money, and they're still trying to get rid of a lot of money right now off the books. I think we're still paying for, well, Miguel's, Cabrera's got a huge contract that we're still paying. He's just really kind of hitting singles, which is okay. He's hitting for average, but he's not hitting 30 home runs like he used to every year. Marquez, Trevor Story, Louis Ortiz. I mean, and we need to get that core team. We got a lot of first-round draft picks coming up that are still seasoning, and most of them are pitchers. So here's Davinsky, Matt Kemp, Chris Negron, Tony Kemp, Chris Shaw, Jacoby Jones. I think he's a pretty good player. He's gonna be around Detroit for a while. Good center fielder. He just got hurt the last part of the year, and as long as these guys don't get injured, I mean, they can get seasoned up here in the majors, which is fine. But I'd rather them get most of their seasoning in the minor leagues before they come up. But we're just looking for that core up the middle, which we don't really have. We don't have a good solid second baseman and a shortstop is what we need. And I mean, I think Candelario is probably a good player for first base, probably. He does hit with power. Third base, he's not bad, but he's probably the best third baseman we got out of him. But I'd rather see him playing first base. Plus, he's a left-handed bat. Now, Matt Moore, I wanted to talk about. We got him. He was a good pickup. Good young pitcher. Pitched for, 10 innings, and then he was done. The Tigers really got burnt on their pitching this year. And that's what really did them in. And they were relying on a bunch of sophomore pitchers to do the veterans' jobs. But anyways, that's what I pulled out of the Series 2 today. Nothing major. That was kind of a bust on that. I mean, Chris Davis, a lot of rookie cards, of course, but Bryce Harper card. But nothing major. George Brett, Feats card. I'm pretty much done with the second series baseball now. I think I've got everything I need out of that. I might get a few more update, and I might get maybe a couple more holiday boxes, and then I think it's going back to searching for, older cards, 70s cards, 60s cards. That's what I really like the most. I was born in the 60s and 70s, grew up in the 70s, really, and I really loved collecting baseball cards back then. And but anyways, this is Tim. It's good talking with you again. If you have any questions or leave a comment, make sure to subscribe to my channel. It's a new channel. I'm not about card breaks or anything like that. It's all about collecting, and I'm just kind of sharing my collection with you and share what I find out there around the Detroit area. And it's really fun to kind of do this because it's something that I really enjoy, and baseball is my favorite sport. I do collect a few other things, some football, but just not a lot. I just bought mostly a hockey collection from somebody else, and I'm going to go through. A friend of mine just wanted to get rid of his hockey collection, so I bought it off him. So maybe we'll go through some of those, but mostly I do baseball here. But and keep adding to my Detroit Tigers collection and Cubs and whatever else I can find that I seem to like. I'm not really in it for money, although I might sell a few cards if they graded out good. It would be fun just to have you guys maybe help me find some cards to grade out. It's like, maybe this card, should I send in to get graded? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, blue cards are, I'd have to look them up and see what they go for, but if they're not worth $50, there's no problem, no I wouldn't send them in. I mean, just like these rookies here, you know, you really want to send in a 2019 card because there's thousands of them out there, and a lot of them are in really good condition. There's going to be a lot of Gem 10 mints. I mean, this is probably a Gem 10 mint card. I mean, it went straight out of the pack into this holder, and that's it. But there's a lot of them out there, so I mean, the ones that you want to find are the rarer ones, I suppose. But that's the way it goes, you know. Not every pack's going to have a big money card in it or anything like that. And seems like Topps puts out a new set every week. And I'm not sure that I really like that, because most of the cards are just the same cards. The same style 2019 card in just a different card stock. I mean, Chrome looks exactly like this, only with the Chrome shiny cardstock. And then the Christmas cards, same thing. You know, they're just 2019 cards with a Christmas theme border, you know, same photos, whatever. So it's like they're out to make money, and they're doing it. But it's hard to beat them at their own game, for sure, especially when it's really hard to pull anything of value unless you spend a lot of money. So I just try to get lucky when I can. And so far, I've been happy with what I got, you know, so far this year. So that's all I got to talk about. I will talk to you guys next time. And I think we will do a video on, should I grade it or should I set it aside? All right, we'll see you again next time. This is Tim from 313. Thanks.